If you are here right now, not casually scrolling, not distracted, but listening, this is not random. Some messages chase people. Others recognize them. This one recognized you. There has always been something about you that didn't quite fit into the boxes of this world. Even as a child, you sensed it. You couldn't name it. You couldn't explain it. But you felt it. A quiet knowing. A strange homesickness. A depth others didn't seem to carry. You learned early how to function in this world, but deep down, you knew you were more than what this world could explain. And tonight, we're going to talk about that. Not in a dramatic way. Not in fantasy. But in truth. Because being chosen was never about ego. It was about assignment. Take a breath. Slow your body. Let your spirit come forward. This message is not meant to rush you. It's meant to remember you. You tried. You really did. You learned the language. You learned the rules. You learned how to smile at the right moments, laugh when expected, and keep your deeper thoughts to yourself. But no matter how well you adapted, something always felt off. It wasn't rebellion. It wasn't arrogance. It was resonance. Your spirit vibrated at a different frequency. While others chased surface-level meaning, you found yourself drawn to depth. While others were satisfied with answers, you asked questions. While others followed the noise, you listened for silence. And sometimes, that made you lonely. Not because people weren't around, but because very few could meet you where you live internally. You felt older than your age, heavier than your experiences should have made you. As if your soul arrived here already carrying memories that didn't belong to this lifetime alone. That wasn't imagination. That was identity. Let's speak plainly. You are not cosmic because you're special in the human sense. You are cosmic because your origin awareness reaches beyond this plane. You don't just live in time, you observe it. You don't just experience pain, you decode it. You don't just suffer, you extract meaning from it. That's why your trials felt different. Others broke and stayed broken. You broke, and something activated. Each loss sharpened your perception. Each betrayal refined your discernment. Each season of isolation expanded your inner world. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Cosmic identities are not awakened through comfort. They are awakened through compression. Pressure didn't crush you. It clarified you. You've wondered this quietly. Why did my path feel harder? Why did I mature faster? Why did I see things before others did? Because awareness comes with weight. You were entrusted with perception early because you were built to carry it. Your nervous system learned endurance. Your heart learned compassion through fire. Your mind learned stillness through chaos. You learned how to stand alone without becoming bitter. You learned how to feel deeply without losing yourself. You learned how to walk through darkness without worshipping it. That is not common. That is not accidental. That is cosmic stewardship. There is a reason your life unfolded quietly. Not everyone who is hidden is being punished. Some are being protected. From the outside, it may have looked like delay, like isolation, like being overlooked while others advanced. But beneath the surface, something far more intentional was happening. You were hidden because your system, your inner architecture, was finely tuned. You weren't built to survive chaos the way others do. You were built to perceive it. And perception without preparation can overwhelm the nervous system, distort the heart, and fracture the mind. So life placed you in quieter rooms. Not because you weren't ready, but because you were receptive. You don't just hear words. You feel tone. You sense intention. You register emotional undercurrents before they surface. A room can be smiling, and you still feel heaviness. A conversation can sound polite, and you still sense tension. A person can say, "I'm fine," and your body knows they're not. That's not imagination. That's frequency awareness. Your nervous system reads what others ignore. Your spirit processes information faster than language can catch up. And that's why crowds exhaust you. That's why noise drains you. That's why you need solitude not as escape, but as reset. You don't recharge by stimulation. You recharge by stillness. Had you been placed in high-exposure environments too soon, it would have distorted your clarity. Early praise would have inflated ego. Early criticism would have cut too deep. Early responsibility would have burned you out. So instead of acceleration, you were given containment. Slow seasons. Quiet development. Long pauses where nothing seemed to happen externally. But everything was happening internally. Your discernment was being trained. Your emotional regulation was being refined. Your spirit was learning how to remain open without bleeding out. That takes time. And time is not delay when the work is internal. Before you were ever allowed to influence environments, you had to learn how to remain yourself inside them. So life tested you in subtle ways. Disappointments that taught you detachment. Misunderstandings that taught you self-trust. Loneliness that taught you self-containment. You learned how to feel deeply without drowning. How to care without carrying everyone. How to sense everything without reacting to everything. That is mastery. That is the difference between being sensitive and being powerful. Powerful sensitivity is stabilized awareness. Your solitude wasn't empty. It was instructional. While others learn through people, you learn through presence. While others learn through noise, you learn through silence. While others learn through validation, you learn through inner confirmation. You didn't have mirrors everywhere. So you learned to see yourself clearly without reflection. That's rare. And that's why now, even when opinions shift around you, you don't lose your center. You might feel. You might process. But you don't collapse. That strength was built in the unseen. There comes a moment when a sensitive soul no longer needs protection. Not because the world got gentler, but because the soul got anchored. You reached a point where external chaos no longer hijacks your internal state. Where criticism informs but doesn't define you. Where praise doesn't intoxicate you. You can enter loud spaces and remain quiet inside. You can witness dysfunction without absorbing it. You can stand in truth without hardening. That's when the hiding ends. Not because you're finished, but because you're stable enough to be seen. People may not understand you, but they feel safer around you. Your presence slows things down. Your words land deeper. Your silence communicates more than most people's speeches. You don't dominate energy. You regulate it. That's why children trust you. Why strangers open up. Why people feel heard before you even speak. That didn't happen by accident. That came from years of quiet refinement. You weren't hidden because you were fragile. You were hidden because you were precise. Your sensitivity wasn't a flaw to overcome. It was a gift that needed calibration. And now, as you step forward, not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily, you bring something rare into the world. A presence that listens. A frequency that stabilizes. A depth that doesn't demand attention, yet transforms spaces. You're not meant to rush into visibility. You're meant to enter it whole. And you are. If this section stirred something familiar, let it breathe. You're not behind schedule. You were being tuned. Here's the part most people won't understand. Your identity is not defined by nationality, background, trauma, or labels. Those are contexts, not sources. Your source is awareness. You're not here to dominate systems. You're here to anchor truth within them. You're not here to escape the world. You're here to stabilize it. That's why you can sit in chaos and remain calm. That's why people open up to you without knowing why. That's why your presence alone can shift a room. You're not loud. You're not performative. You're grounded. And grounded souls don't need to announce themselves. They rearrange reality quietly. Not every sign announces itself loudly. Most of the signs you carry were never meant to impress others. They were meant to recognize you, quietly, internally, unmistakably. So don't rush this section. Let each sign pass through you slowly. Notice what your body responds to before your mind explains it. That response matters. Even as a child, you sensed depth where others saw simplicity. You didn't rush into things just to belong. You observed. You listened. You felt before you acted. People sometimes told you, "You're wise beyond your years." But what they really meant was, your soul arrived with awareness already activated. You weren't eager to grow up. You already felt grown internally. And even now, you may feel out of sync with timelines, trends, or generational noise. Not because you're disconnected, but because you're anchored beyond the moment. There are moments, often in stillness, when you feel a quiet longing, not for a place you've been, not for a person you lost, but for something familiar that doesn't exist in words. You might feel it when looking at the stars, or during deep silence, or in moments of truth that feel bigger than this world. That's not fantasy. That's origin memory. A subtle awareness that this life is important, but not the whole story. Titles never moved you the way truth did. You may achieve things, but you're rarely impressed by them. You're more interested in why than how many. In substance over applause. You don't chase visibility for its own sake. You chase alignment. And when something no longer aligns, even if it looks successful on the outside, you feel it immediately. That's because your compass isn't social. It's cosmic. Solitude isn't loneliness for you. It's maintenance. Without quiet, your system overloads. Your thoughts blur. Your emotions tangle. But give you stillness, and clarity returns. This isn't avoidance. It's calibration. You process internally first, then externally. You restore inwardly before you engage outwardly. That rhythm is not common. It's the rhythm of someone who lives inward before acting outward. You often know before you know why. You feel when a season is ending, when a relationship is changing, when a path is no longer viable. Sometimes you can't explain it logically, but later, reality catches up. This isn't prediction. It's pattern awareness. You read energy trajectories. You feel momentum shifts before events manifest. That's not anxiety. That's perception. You've been many versions of yourself. Not because you were lost, but because you were expanding. Each version served its purpose. Each shed layer made room for depth. You don't cling to old identities. You honor them and move forward. And sometimes that confuses people. They want consistency. You require truth. Your evolution doesn't follow a straight line. It follows alignment. Early on, your empathy may have overwhelmed you. You felt too much, carried too much, absorbed what wasn't yours. But pain taught you boundaries. Now you feel deeply without drowning. You care without self-erasure. You listen without losing your center. That balance didn't come naturally. It was earned. And earned empathy is powerful. Strangers tell you their stories. People trust you with things they don't share elsewhere. You don't force it. You don't ask for it. Your presence invites honesty. Because you're not trying to extract. You're not trying to fix. You're simply present. And presence is rare in a distracted world. Your calm creates safety. Small talk exhausts you. Routine without meaning drains you. You don't judge others for enjoying it. But you can't live there. You need depth. Truth. Connection that goes somewhere real. Without it, you feel disconnected from yourself. That's because your soul is wired for substance. This one matters. You've been hurt deeply enough to close your heart forever. But you didn't. You healed without becoming cold. You grew without becoming cruel. You learned without becoming cynical. That tells the truth about you. Pain refined you. It didn't distort you. That's not survival. That's cosmic resilience. If several of these signs resonated, don't rush to label yourself. This isn't about identity inflation. It's about self-recognition. You're not above others. You're simply assigned differently. Your awareness stretches beyond immediate outcomes. Your presence stabilizes rather than dominates. Your role is quieter, but deeper. You weren't meant to shine loudly. You were meant to anchor light steadily. And you're doing that. Even on days it doesn't feel like enough. It is. Let this section settle. You don't need to share it. You don't need to explain it. Just let it confirm what you already knew. There's a reason old versions of you no longer fit. Your soul has expanded past them. You can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unknow what you now carry. You can't pretend smallness after touching vastness. And trying to go backward only creates tension. This is why some relationships faded. Why old dreams dissolved. Why former goals no longer motivate you. Not because they were wrong, but because they were temporary containers. You're being called into alignment, not ambition. Purpose over performance. Depth over display. Being over becoming. One of the hardest lessons you've learned. You cannot wake everyone. And that's okay. Your role is not to persuade. It's to presence truth. Those meant to recognize you will. Those not ready will resist, or misunderstand. And that's not rejection. That's timing. Your job is not to shrink for comfort, nor to expand for attention. Your job is to remain aligned. Now, don't rush away from this moment. Stay here for a breath longer than you normally would. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your spirit come forward without needing to explain itself. Because what you've just heard wasn't information. It was recognition. You were never meant to understand yourself only through struggle. You were never meant to define yourself by what you survived. Those were chapters, not the title. Your life has been shaping you quietly, deliberately, lovingly, even when it didn't feel gentle. Every season that slowed you down was stabilizing you. Every loss that stripped you was clarifying you. Every silence that confused you was tuning you. Nothing was wasted. Not the loneliness. Not the delays. Not the moments you questioned your place in this world. Especially not those moments. Because questioning is not weakness. It's awareness stretching beyond its current frame. You don't need to rush into clarity. You don't need to force purpose. You don't need to become anything tonight. You are already in motion. Even when it feels still. Your role is not to shine louder than others. It's to remain aligned when the noise rises. Your power is not in proving who you are. It's in being who you are, consistently, quietly, truthfully. And that kind of power doesn't announce itself. It stabilizes rooms. It softens hearts. It awakens memory in others simply by presence. There will be days you forget this. Days you feel ordinary. Days you feel unseen. Days you wonder if any of this truly matters. On those days, remember this. You were never meant to feel cosmic every moment. You were meant to live humanly while carrying awareness. Even grounding yourself, paying bills, showing up, resting, is part of the assignment. Especially rest. Rest is not retreat. It's integration. So receive this slowly. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing your moment. You are unfolding at the exact pace your nervous system, heart, and spirit can sustain. And sustainability matters more than speed. You are allowed to move gently. You are allowed to choose depth over display. You are allowed to live quietly and still be powerful. Nothing about you needs to be louder to be real. If this message stirred something, let it settle. Don't analyze it to death. Don't rush to label it. Don't seek external confirmation. Truth doesn't beg to be believed. It rests inside you and waits for you to notice. And you just did. Take one more breath. You didn't find this message by accident. And you don't need to do anything with it right now. Just carry it with you. That's enough. You're exactly where you need to be. Like this video. And you can support the channel through the link in the channel's bio. Even your $1 is very precious for me and this channel. Your kindness helps us continue spreading light and love. God bless you.